Welcome to today's coffee chat. Today we are talking about boundaries, how to set them, what it means to set boundaries, and what they can do for us as designers to improve our quality of life and to improve the projects that we have. I am so excited to chat with you guys about this because I think that it is a major roadblock to designers and to designers improving their lives. I see this really commonly and this complaint a lot with female designers who really feel that their time isn't being respected and they don't really know how to say no. They don't know how to tell people that they won't be doing something or they will be doing something. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. Because if you aren't setting boundaries in your business, you probably aren't getting the kind of business that you want, and you're not being treated the way that you know you deserve to be treated. So that's why I wanted to talk about boundaries today. I hope that you guys are having a great morning. And if you like this live, please let me know. November is the month about boundaries. We're talking about boundaries all month. I'm going to be diving in after this into figuring out how to set boundaries. And then I'm going to be talking specifically about boundaries with clients and boundaries in personal relationships and how they can improve your life overall, because I'm all about talking about your whole life, not just your designer work life. So boundaries, setting boundaries with somebody essentially means setting limits or setting expectations. And making sure that expectations and boundaries are clear when you first start out in really any relationship is key to developing a more stable and clear project, or even just general relationship if you're entering into any sort of relationship with anybody. And the way that you might define a boundary and the way that you actually, let's start with realizing and figuring out that a boundary has been violated. So the way that you will discover a boundary has been violated is a lot of times you'll feel uncomfortable, or you'll feel a little bit, you'll feel like something has been trespassed, you'll feel like something has, and I don't know if I need to explain what crossing a boundary looks like to especially women. I think that we feel it a lot. Maybe we don't know how to define that feeling, but usually you'll know that a boundary has been crossed when you just kind of feel uneasy about something or you feel a little bit uncomfortable. And if you do, that always means you need to communicate with the person who you are feeling that way about. So that's how you know that a boundary has been crossed. And, a lot of times you don't know that a boundary exists until somebody crosses it, right? So, and it's hard to communicate with somebody about what boundaries you have if you don't have a lot of experience. So I would encourage you, like if you know how you work and you've worked in other fields other than design or the field that you're currently in, I would encourage you to really apply what you learned in your previous profession, or apply what you've learned in other aspects to this. So you might know that you cannot work before like 10 a.m. because you just are not mentally there yet. Then you know that you can't accept calls from clients or answer client emails before that time. And so that's how you might set a personal boundary. I think that there is a misconception that setting boundaries is negative, and I know why this exists, and I think that it's getting a lot better as education about what it means to have boundaries kind of comes up and is more common in just the atmosphere. But I think that we think boundaries are negative because we're limiting the way that other people get to interact with us. And you might feel that boundaries are negative if you have a past of maybe codependence or being kind of walked all over by others. You might feel that boundaries are unnecessary, or you might feel that boundaries are bad. I might say the word boundaries and you might get like you might tense right? That's how you would know you might have a past with it. And I think really the core of what I teach is that you know something is wrong, and you know that there is something really deeper inside of you that you need to address if you have a reaction, right? If you have like a negative or emotional reaction to something, you have something, you have a belief, right, about something that is causing that, right? Otherwise, it wouldn't exist. So if you're having a negative reaction to the word boundaries, I would encourage you to just kind of think about why that might exist. And if you maybe have trouble setting boundaries, I would definitely recommend continuing to tune in, because I'm going to be talking about exactly how you can set boundaries and how you can better define expectations for projects and also for all types of relationships. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for coming to this. I look forward to chatting more about boundaries, but I definitely think that boundaries can help us become better designers because we know where our time is going. We know who we're helping, and we know what we are doing and what we aren't doing. I think that as designers, we feel that we can do so many different things. We feel that we can address all sorts of problems, and we can, like we can be graphic designers, we can be brand strategists, we can be UI and UX designers, we can sure, I'll answer your email, sure, I'll do your email campaign. I think that we all are very capable, and there is this kind of nomenclature about the unicorn designer, right? The designer who can do it all. And I just think that that is an expectation that was developed by people who don't understand boundaries and don't understand defining what it is that you do exactly. All I do now, if you really, 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 really want me to do your brand strategy, I'll do brand strategy for you, but it's going to cost you $9.97, right? And I know that very clearly. I also know that if you want me to coach you, that is a specific price. It's $125 per session. And if you want to take my course, that is also an exact price, right? And those are the only things that I offer. And the only thing that I'm focusing on right now is the course. That's really the only thing that I am talking to anybody about right now. I'm not really talking about my coaching services. I'm really just focusing on this course. And those boundaries are so helpful to me personally, because I know what I'm supposed to be doing day to day. I know what my life looks like day in, day out. And if you are allowing other people to walk all over you as a unicorn, because maybe you are a unicorn, you probably do, and I do too, have the skill to do UX design, have the skill to do graphics, UI, have the skill to do web development. You might have all of these skills, but that doesn't mean that you should allow people to make you do all of them. In order for you to have a solid work-life balance, you need to be able to set those boundaries and identify what it is that you will be doing and what you will not be doing. I hope you guys have a great day. I will talk to you next week about another topic, but I'm thinking I'm going to start going live more often because I like talking to you guys. So we will see, but I'm excited to chat. Bye.